What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I am back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Thor. His name is Soup. The Soup Meister himself, his opponent today, in the red color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Lordy. Yes, this is Divine Intervention, the tournament. We are on the map competitive mega random, and we are off to the races already on this map. We have some fish right in front of the base. It looks like it is the straight line of fish spawn on two sides, as we do see Lordy scouting around the sides of the map, trying to ascertain as to whether there's any extra water on the map that he can take advantage of. But to start this one off, this is a very, very similar map to the map, what's it called? Lumber Camp, actually, which has gone through popularity and in and out of popularity due to certain imbalances on the map. But this one being on competitive mega random, those imbalances kind of get thrown out the window. There's a lot of room for smart play, for sneaky play, for all of the good things that come. So we'll see what's going to happen here. If Lordy goes for some sort of crazy strategy here with his Poseidon, it looks to be a 3-fish spawn, and in total, it's going to be 12 fish a player. So it's going to be important for Lordy to get that second dock up and be smart with how he goes with this build, or go for a really, really aggressive early game. Those are both very good options on these sorts of spawns, because you can find yourself a huge amount of advantage. So we'll see how things are going to go. As always, the gods are picked for the players. It's a random matchup tournament. I'm going to keep saying that until everybody agrees with me that this is a great idea. Whether or not it is a great idea, we'll see by the end of the tournament. But I'm pretty excited to see how things are going to eventuate here. And what happens is Soup's starting to get his own fishing ships out here. Lordy's trying to steal a couple of these fishing spots away from him by sending the fishing ships forward. You can do this. This works really, really nicely, as we do see Lordy actually taking these forward spaces here. He's going to get a couple of spaces over here as well, as we do see a villager making his way over here to drop a dock on this position, as we do have 7 villagers on wood. That's probably the right amount here for Lordy to go to the next age. He probably doesn't need any more than that. Just 7, get the temple up, get the fishing ships up, take all the spots he possibly can here. Potentially even sending this fishing ship forward to take this spot in the far reaches there as well. Wouldn't go astray. And he's going to be fine, as Soup's also taking the forward spots here as well. No problems. But the question is this going to be kind of like a 4:45 advance time, a 5-minute advance time? Are these players kind of capable of coming up with these sort of build orders on the fly to kind of absolutely nail what needs to happen, especially playing gods they're not all too familiar with? Though I think this is both of these players' main gods here. I think Soup plays a lot of Thor. Well, I know Soup plays a lot of Thor, and I think Lordy is kind of a Poseidon specialist in some degree. At the very least, he plays Zeus quite a bit. So he definitely knows how to play the Greek civs, so it doesn't change all too much from time to time. And we'll see how things are going to go. But I'm excited to see Lordy attempt to do some sort of Ares action here. I think Ares would be a really, really good choice here. He's going to be able to blow through one of these sides while trying to defend the other side. Should be completely fine here and give himself a really big amount of advantages. We do see the double ox carts coming out there for Soup, and Ares is the god of choice there. Lordy does go for that 4:45, slightly delayed, but no real problems if you ask me with that one. I want to see him drop 2 docks down, one over here right next to this dock here, and then potentially after that try and drop a dock down over on this position as well, just to be nice and defensive there. But we do see Soup already dropping his own second dock down. He's going to be in a lot of trouble moving forward here. But he's going to have a lot of opportunities to put pressure on to Lordy. If you take a look at Lordy's base, his wood over here is kind of exposed. Wood over here kind of exposed. Gold mine kind of exposed. There are lots of towers that Lordy could utilize watchtowers for if he really wants to. The other thing that Lordy's doing here, which I am a fan of some of the time, is he's put a house on his tree line here. I would love to see, if he's going to go for this, multiple houses on the tree line. Idea being that if forest fire comes down, you get not 2 militia, not 4 militia, but 6 militia from that forest fire. Super value. And it can make your opponent not want to cast Forest Fire on that at all. Obviously, you have to play around the fact that you'll have to rebuild those houses, but that's not a big problem, as the Cyclops moving across the map here going to attempt to stop that Hersir from building this dock here. But a Hersir versus a Cyclops, that's a win for the Hersir. Most of the times we do see some Trireme coming out onto this location, going to start shooting down those Hersir. He's going to get pushed off of that after he starts getting attacked, but does manage to get that dock up. Lordy too slow where that's concerned, but look at the damage that this Cyclops does. 12 crush, 15 hack damage a second. That dock is going down fast, as we do see the Pestilence getting dropped down here. And I love this decision from Lordy to go on this side of the map rather than the other one. How did he not hit both of those docks there? I think he was worried that maybe there was another dock down the bottom, and he's just going to take the win on this position nonetheless, as the Cyclops going to start getting targeted down there. Lordy needs to target those Hersir down as best as he can, as he is trying to do so. Does manage to snipe one Hersir there, as Lordy going to continue moving across the map here with this Cyclops. He can actually start building some fishing ships out on this position and grab those as well. But the Valkyrie in the main base of Lordy at this moment causing some problems here. No Forest Fire getting dropped down, as the Valkyrie moving over here going to continue to harass these villages. The Cyclops going to continue to take out this position. Will Soup continue to build longboats is the big question. Meanwhile, over here, we do see that Soup is trying to get some revenge fire on this location, as Lordy, he's a bit behind on the boat numbers, but he does have double docks here to cause some problems, as the Cyclops here going to be finishing up this dock, or at the very least the Trireme of Lordy can finish this one up. It looks like the Valkyrie was taken out over here as well. Lordy not really utilizing both of these docks as best as he can, because he could have both of them shooting at the moment to hit those longboats, but unfortunately not happening just yet, as another dock does fall. The Cyclops looks like it's going to be falling as well, which is a big loss there. Big advantage to Ares is the fact you get that Cyclops for free, and it is the most valuable classical age hero kind of in the game, to, well, at least in terms of resources for sure, as Lordy needs to send a villager forward and try and get a dock up in the middle of this position and fish this up, as we do see a whole bunch of Trireme popping out here, as the Hearse are going to finish this one up. Lots of really low HP longboats all falling in one blow. They're taking this dock down. Also gives a handful of militia over here as well, as we still haven't seen any dock coming back on this position just yet. Any attempt at moving forward here for Lordy to get the fish on this position either, but he has pushed Soup back. Soup continuing to fight here. Those militia helping out quite a bit, as well as that Katoskopos getting in to tank some damage here. And the Theseus is very strong. Good micro there from Soup, pulling back ever so slightly. Soup will have access to a lot of favor here. So if he can get some food income and make those Valkyries, things are going to be very scary for Lordy moving forward, because those Valkyrie are just going to move into his base and cause some real problems for him, as the longboats here coming in, taking a bit of a fight. It is 7 Trireme to 6 longboats, which is going to be an advantage for the Trireme. So long as you focus fire well enough, you should be able to win these fights. Soup not taking advantage of his dock here just yet, as he's not put a fishing ship into that one. Unfortunately, this fishing ship sitting idle here with... No, he's not. There's a fishing ship somewhere sitting idle there, not doing all too much. Just as the Poseidon of Lordy needs to pull back. Still no docks put up over here. We do see 2 on this position, as the fishing ship slowly starting to come out there for Lordy. He's got a lot of food in the bank, a lot of gold in the bank. I wouldn't mind seeing a second town center in this point, to be honest. He's got the, we are seeing a stable, but he's got the bottom fish sorted. He doesn't need to defend this top fish. He can just happily hold on to this position here. Like Alt S his Trireme, pop his fishing ships out, have 3 fishing spots here, and enjoy the rest of the other spot. Just get a town center. He's going to be in a fantastic position. Soup, on the other hand, might want to consider doing the same here instead of continuing to push through onto this location. I don't know if he's ever going to really be able to win these fights here underneath those docks, as Lordy, nice defense for the time being. As Soup's going to be pulling back, we do see a handful of units starting to come out for Soup, as he's going to be looking for raids onto Lordy's economy here. as Lordy needs to start getting something out to defend. He does have some villagers in a really weird position over here, and I believe Forest Fire is still remaining, so you can get a lot of damage done with a sneaky Forest Fire if Lordy's not paying attention. But we do see some raids onto Soup's economy over here. Is he paying attention? We do see the raiding cavalry coming around as Forest Fire does get dropped here. The villagers all do have to retreat away, but the militia popping out at this point to defend on this position as Lordy just turns around, starts shanking here. Soup not paying attention to his raiding cavalry. He might lose a whole bunch of them, especially to those militia there, as well as the longboats coming back in onto this position. Lordy still defending valiantly underneath his 2 docks. It's a significant advantage for the longboats, but with those docks, you just can't push here. Meanwhile, on this position here for Soup, he's still losing a ton of stuff as Lordy continues to put pressure onto this wood line here. And Soup pulls back, going to jump up onto the other side of the map. He's now onto a second gold mine. He does need to secure this. Does he have pickaxe? He does have pickaxe. It might be worth getting shaft mine here as well to put that gold income up into the stratosphere as the raids still coming through. One raiding cavalry getting a lot of value here as Lordy a little bit spread thin for the time being. Still no fishing. Oh, there's some more fishing ships coming out. He needs 3 more to come onto this position over there. As more villagers getting taken down, we do see the villagers turning around and Soup paying attention on that one, pulls away. Do we see some more raiding cavalry coming out? Yes, we do, but Soup a little bit low on the food income here. There is a little bit of hunt here, and one thing you can do in these situations with Norse is you can take a handful of those gold villagers and just eat that hunt as well, because they gather fairly quickly in terms of hunt. If you take a look at it, it's never mind, it's 0.68 there. I think they get a boost. I think the Thor dwarfs get a boost. Yes, 0.85. There it is, as opposed to the gold the food gatherer. Oh, sorry, the gatherer there, who is also 0.85. So he gathers at exactly the same rate. So definitely worthwhile going for that one where that's concerned. As the army of Soup, sick of this, he wants to come in and take this dock down. He's actually going to lose a lot here to make this happen. And honestly, I think this is a perfectly fine trade for Lordy to just utilize his trireme to take out the human units and sack some of these trireme over here. He's still building trireme himself, which I think might be a little bit overzealous there. I don't think he needs to do that anymore. A town center would be much more valuable as the raiding cavalry swinging through here, going to be looking to hit this wood line yet again. Lordy does notice it before the attack starts, but one villager looks like it will go down. Great raid there for Soup as he's continuing to put pressure on. We are seeing the not throwing axe, what am I talking about? Hippocon coming through here for Lordy to try and find something to attack. He needs to hit this location. That would do a ton of damage here. As great micro there from Lordy, controlling the villagers, making sure he doesn't lose any of them, getting some bonus damage done onto those raiding cavalry. They do find some villagers on these berries here. Lordy not paying attention to that one. He might lose another villager, but a raiding cavalry going down for it. That's actually not the worst of trades, and a little bit more HP getting dealt. In all honesty, like, yes, it takes, if you trade one raiding cavalry for one villager, it takes around about, I would say, a minute and a half for that to pay off. So you can easily return fire in terms of the resource equality or whatever you want to call it within that time to make that work. Thank you for the 18 months, Marfoz. Appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for the consistent support. It means a lot. As Soup pulls in his raiding cavalry here. Going to be looking for the raids on this position. It is 94 population for Lordy. He's missing a couple of houses here as he's starting to make some hoplites out to deal with these raiding cavalry. But I'm sure Soup at this point, he's going to be starting to think about medium raiders or well, something else. He can. I would love to just see him pull off of the gold here. He's got so much gold in the bank. Eat these elk and then return back onto the gold. He might even get the food to be able to go to the heroic age from that hunt here. He's getting himself pig sticker as well. There's not really any hunt on the map, so it might be a little bit of an overcommitment onto that technology, though. Soup probably doesn't care. He's got so many resources in the bank, taking this fight nicely as Lordy needs to pull back. We do see the villagers getting pulled away from that woodline. Still needing another house here somewhere as the town center just about to come up here for Soup. We do see a raid coming in, hitting the house over here. I don't mind these raids. Hitting houses is free damage, Does take a little bit longer than killing off a villager, but you're still getting that damage done. And because these houses aren't safe underneath the town center fire, it's normally free damage as he picks off an Ulfsark. Going to pull away, finish off those houses. Raids now coming in onto the gold villagers over here as well. The villagers going to turn around, start shanking a little bit here. But with medium raiders in, these raiders start really being scary for the villagers to deal with. As a couple of more villagers will fall down. The army of Lordy going to swing around. The villagers over here getting raided, as this is what Soup does best, and this is what Norse does best. They really stretch the Poseidon, the Greek players thin here with the raids, taking tons of villagers down. And in that moment, Lordy says he is too stretched thin. He cannot work this one out. 2 town centers for Soup. Soup has done way too much damage. He is in front by a ton of villagers. I don't think the game is necessarily over here, but Lordy, he needs to be getting himself raiding on these gold mines and really picking up that pressure, hitting the houses over here. Well, I don't think it's a terrible usage of the Hippocon time there. He doesn't have walls up on his villages. He doesn't have anything over here. So he's just going to be really difficult to get that pressure done while defending. But Soup, fantastic gameplay here. He really made the best of a kind of difficult situation. Ares, Greek, water against Norse. If you ever tune into Soup streams and you see him playing on water maps as Norse, he's always complaining about how weak he feels Norse is compared to the Greek. And I mean, he was in that position here where Lordy just starts this game off with somewhat of an advantage here, winning this water, but Lordy didn't really utilize this to the best of his ability, in my opinion. In fact, if you take a look at the economic situation here, at no point was Lordy in front, even though civilian unit-wise, he is in front at this position here. There's no point here at which he's actually, even at the end here, he's in front on civilian units, but that's just because he's got so many idle fishing ships. 7 idle fishing ships here is a big deal. In fact, I don't think he is in front on fishing. On, what is that, 29, 50? It's pretty close. It's pretty close. Anyways, that's the game. First game for Soup here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the best of 5, so we'll see if Lordy can make a series of this one in the next one. If you guys enjoyed it, please consider the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.